Now here's something that I find very exciting. Okay, what you're looking at here is an artificial nest for cliff swallows. If you don't know what cliff swallows are, Google it. Okay, it's another declining species of bird that has its own unique habits, and it is a bird that's in serious decline. Now, what's interesting is cliff swallows build a mud nest that looks like this underneath bridges. And in the old days, they used to build these nests under the eaves of old barns. Well, there's no old barns anymore. And the Amish, who do have old barns, and the Amish that like cavity nesting birds want to get cliff swallows. So what happens is cliff swallows build these nests out of mud like this. And so what happens is they build a nest, and then the house sparrows will take over. So what will happen is they'll build the nest, house sparrows will usurp the cavity, kill the cliff swallows if they can. At the very least, they drive them out, and cliff swallows have to rebuild an entire nest again. So you have a problem when you're dealing with this bird. Well, this is made by a biologist by the name of Dick Nicolai. I believe he's in his 80s. I got to give him the credit for this. And this particular artificial nest was given to me by a gentleman by the name of Bob Ring, and I've known Bob Ring for many, many years, and he gave me this one yesterday. It's a broken one. I have to fix it. This is made out of ceramic. But let me show you how this works. All right. Now, I don't have the proper environment for cliff swallows. I wish I did. But anyway, what you do is, like, say you got an old barn or a boat dock, underneath a boat dock or something where cliff swallows will show up. They like to be around water. And what you do is you mount this thing. You mount this thing underneath the eave of that barn, right underneath the eave, or under a bridge, right up at the top, and the cliff swallows will reuse it. So this is made to be hung up by that back plate. You see this, like the holes, the mounting holes for however you want to do that. And here is the access port to look at the nest. So, and the cliff swallows will build their nest in here. So, what am I going to do with this if I can't attract cliff swallows? Well, I can give you an idea. So, I'm going to take this to my Amish friends. And I am willing to lay money that they can produce these commercially. And this is what's really important about this, is because if these birds need help, you need people who are innovative like this. Okay? You need people who are innovative like this. And so I'm going to take this to my Amish friends and see what they can do. And you probably, if you live somewhere, I mean, I'm not in an area that's rich in cliff swallows. I do know where to find them when I look for them. But I'm not a birder. I know birders. I like birders. But I am more about, instead of watching birds, I want to conserve birds, right? And you don't conserve birds generally by watching them. You conserve birds by getting your hands dirty and doing things like this. These are conservation projects that you will never see the government get involved in. People that do this kind of stuff, they do it because they love the animal. They love the bird. You know, if you really want to increase the numbers of an animal, of something that's critically endangered or something that's threatened, you got to take it out of the hands of government, and you got to give it into the hands of people who love the animal. All right? People who are willing to volunteer, are willing to be innovative, are willing to spend a little bit of their own money to make things, right? To do it. The problem is government generally doesn't get on board with a lot of this stuff. So I love this kind of stuff. I love cavity nesting birds are probably the most easiest bird to conserve if you're willing to put the work and the handiwork into doing it. They are probably the best example of what you can do as a private citizen to make a difference for wildlife management for what I would call non-game species. You know, the government is not going to step in and save these things, you know, like they did the condors, like they did the California condors. But eventually, you know, I'm probably speaking into the air, but if you don't have a love for, let me rephrase this, because the worst kind of bird people, in my opinion, the worst bird lovers are the ones that think that we live in a Disney movie, right? And the birds in North America have been, you know, the cavity nesting birds in North America have been devastated by house sparrows and starlings. And I'm a huge advocate for aggressively eliminating these two species by any means necessary, with the exception of poisoning. But as far as trapping and dispatching, you know, I'm all open for it. So these are the kind of birds that need that kind of help. And if people don't have the stomach to do what's necessary, please go find something else to do. Just go watch them. Just go watch them and be happy and make your little list and smile. Anyway, I wanted to show this because it's just such a unique thing, and I'm hoping I can get this into the right hands, for something like this needs to be produced, put on the market. Okay, until next time.